I'm Dr. Ryan DeBell from the Move It Fix. This is Move It Fix Monday. What we're going to look at in this video, which is at CrossFit Eminence, we just finished up a workshop here. What we're going to look at in this video is something I posted about a little while ago, which is you should be moving every joint every day. So what I'm going to show you is one way that you can go about doing this, and you're probably going to get pretty close to moving every single joint in every way possible, but we might miss one or two, but it's a good starting point. So what I'm going to do first is move all of my spinal joints in different planes. So I'm going to move my spinal joints into flexion, extension, then side bending, and then rotation. So I'm going to start the flexion extension by doing a cat-cow, and I'm just going to round as far as I can, not as a stretch, but just think of these not as stretches, but just moving your joints through ranges of motion. So I'm going to go 5 like this, where it's just flexion extension. Then I'm going to do side bending, and this one's a little bit more awkward, but you're going to try to like bend this way and then bend this way. So this is getting side bending of your spinal joints, 5 reps each direction. And then I'm going to go into rotation. So to do that, I'm going to sit my butt back towards my heels. I'm going to put this hand right here. I'm going to put this hand on my rib cage. I'm going to turn everything, including my neck, as far as I can this way. And I'm going to rotate as far as I can, back and forth. I'll go 5 to the left, and then 5 to the right, just like this. Then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to start getting into, well, actually I have to hit my shoulder blades on my rib cage. So I'm going to do 5 reps back and forth this way, up and down, so that's shoulder blades gliding on the rib cage. Then I'm going to go into shoulder flexion. So I'm going to put my hands like this, and I'm going to rock forward and backwards, dropping my chest, sort of reaching up this way as I do this. So 5 reps here, back and forth. Then I'm going to go into the hips. So for this, I can go into a lunge position like this, and I'm going to hit my right hip into hip extension, and then I'm going to load my left hip into flexion, and I'll kind of come off of it, and then I'll go right hip into extension, left hip into flexion. I'll go 5 reps each side. So left hip extension, right hip flexion, come off of it, left hip extension, right hip flexion, come off of it. Then I'm going to hit hip rotation by using a 90-90 stretch. So I'll be like this, where these 3 points are in a line, this foot, this knee, that foot. I'm going to rotate this way, and then I'll rotate this way, and I'll go back and forth, 5 reps each side, back and forth. Then while I'm here, I'm going to hit shoulder extension by doing essentially a modified sort of a crab walky type position. So I'll start here, pull my chest through, bring my butt forward. We'll call that 1, 2, 3. I'll go to 5. Then I'll hit hip flexion with a straight leg by going right into straight leg raising. Okay, all the way to 5 each leg. I'll take my arm into horizontal abduction, 5 each way. Then I'm going to go shoulder rotation, 5 each way. Make sure you move your hands, although that's going to happen anyway, so don't worry too much about that. Then I'm going to go 5 ankle circles each direction. And what you can't see, what I'm doing with my toes, is I'm kind of curling them and extending them as I rotate my ankles. And then the last one I have to hit is shoulder abduction, so coming out this way. And to do that, you could either just go here, but there's a little bit of range of motion beyond that. So what I'm going to do is roll onto my stomach, and I'll show on my right side. I'll be here like this, and then I'm just going to gently turn back and forth like this. And this shouldn't be something you do aggressively. This should be pretty gentle as you do this. So back and forth. So both sides, hitting shoulder abduction, horizontal abduction. So that way we hit the hips into rotation, hip into flexion, hip into extension, shoulders into rotation, shoulder flexion, shoulder extension, horizontal ad, and abduction. We had knee flexion. And then one of the other things too is when you're doing the shoulder flexion. I didn't mention this earlier, but when you're going here, if you go onto your big toes, that helps us to get some big toe extension, which is nice to have as well. So that's a good way to kind of think about moving all your joints every day. It's not a stretch, it's more of just moving them to keep them healthy, because joints stay healthy by moving them and covering them in synovial fluid. So give that a go. Hey, thank you guys. That's what I got for you guys this week on Move It Fix Monday. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, you can find me at The Move It Fix. And if you want to attend a workshop, go to themoveitfix.com/workshops for 8 hours of stuff like this. I'll see you guys next week.